You get in your car, glance at the dashboard, and your fuel gauge is either stuck on empty or full, despite what you know you put in yesterday. An erratic fuel gauge is frustrating, leaving you guessing and anxious every drive. Many think fixing it means dropping the whole fuel tank. An expensive, daunting job, but here's the truth. Most modern cars have an access panel, so you don't need to touch the tank straps at all. With basic tools and a little know-how, you can diagnose and often fix the problem yourself. The key is to test, not guess. Don't waste money swapping parts blindly. By following a logical process, you'll pinpoint the real issue and build your confidence as a DIY mechanic. Ready to save time, money, and hassle? Let's get started. Grab your tools. Let's fix that gauge the smart way. The fuel sending unit inside the tank is a common culprit, but it's not the only one. Wiring between the sender and your dashboard can corrode, break, or get chewed by rodents, disrupting the signal. A bad earth connection is another frequent cause of weird gauge behavior. The gauge itself, or the instrument cluster, can also fail, as can the voltage regulator powering the dials. That's why testing each part is crucial. Don't just replace the sender and hope for the best. A systematic approach isolates the fault, saving you money and frustration. Let's break down how to find the real problem. Here's the shortcut. Use your car's access panel to reach the fuel pump and sender without dropping the tank. Most cars have this panel under the rear seat or in the boot, beneath the carpet. Lift the seat or peel back the carpet to find a sealed metal or plastic cover. Pry it off gently. You'll see the top of the fuel pump assembly with fuel lines and an electrical connector. This connector has wires for both the pump and the sender. To identify which wires are for the sender, look up a wiring diagram for your car model online. Note the sender signal and earth wire colors. Now you have direct access to test the sender circuit. No heavy lifting required. Let's move on to testing the sender itself. With the sender wires identified, grab a digital multimeter, disconnect the electrical connector from the fuel pump assembly, set your multimeter to measure resistance ohms, touch the probes to the sender signal and earth pins. A healthy sender gives a steady reading within your car's expected range, often 40 ohms full, 250 ohms empty. OL or 0 means the sender is faulty. Erratic readings suggest a worn resistor track. Gently rock the car. If the resistance changes smoothly, the sender is likely good. This quick test tells you if the sender is the problem. If the sender checks out, let's test the rest of the system. If the sender seems fine, test the wiring and gauge by simulating signals. Use resistors matching your car's sender values. Insert a low-value resistor for full and a high value for empty into the connector. Turn the ignition on and watch the gauge. If it moves smoothly to full and empty, your wiring and gauge are good. No resistors? Use a jumper wire for a quick check. 0 ohms should send the gauge to one extreme. Unplugging the connector should send it to the other. If the gauge responds, the problem isn't in the wiring or cluster. If it doesn't, you've narrowed it down to those areas. This trick saves you from unnecessary part swaps. Now, let's make a few final checks before replacing anything. Scene condensed for clarity. End of scene. Before buying parts, check the basics. Corroded connectors or bad earths cause most issues. Clean all contacts with a wire brush or contact cleaner. Inspect wiring for damage and ensure the earth connection is solid and clean. After cleaning, retest the system. You might find the gauge works perfectly now. If not, your earlier tests tell you exactly what to replace. You've avoided guesswork, saved money, and learned a valuable skill. Next time your gauge acts up, remember this shortcut and fix it like a pro. Thanks for watching. Happy motoring.